What's good with everybody in Raider Nation, man? I'm glad to be back. Glad to see everybody up in here, man. Hopefully, we can have a good week, good day. Raider football is on the way. It has officially started. It started yesterday, actually. But we're popping out today to get back to it, man. I know it's been a minute. It's been a couple weeks, but we've been grinding. We've been working. We've been getting to it. You know how it is. It's the off season, man. It's the off season for everybody. This is where you put that work in. So what's good with everybody, man? How we doing? How we doing? Probably give it a little second before everybody pulls up. Um, really last minute, you know what I mean? So I want to give everybody a chance. Make sure, can I get a thumbs up if y'all can hear me? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me. If y'all can see me clearly, make sure it's all good. Definitely was moving my camera around. I was using it to take pictures for certain stuff, to do certain things. So I got to make sure my camera looks good and the settings are all back to the same. Make sure my mic is good. Everything is solid. Okay. We getting some people pulling up, man. Raider Way in the building says, when are the hats for sale? My guy has a dope picture with the GOAT himself. Okay. He says, when are the hats for sale? This May, brother. This May. Stay tuned, man. And if y'all don't know, go ahead, go to the website, redemptionbrand.com, or you can go on the Instagram, go check it out. This May, we are dropping the hats, bro. Stay tuned. Autumn Wind in the building. Was good with you, Autumn. King 510 is in the building. Was good with you. Gerardo, I see you, man. Go ahead and give everybody a shout out. Top of the morning to everybody that's out there today that's pulling up, man, that's on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, I know it's the afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock out there. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast, wherever you calling in, wherever you tuning in from. Excuse me. Quentin Booker in the building. I see you, brother. Digi Prez, what's good with you, man? What it do? The tape has been recovered. Yeah, man. I'm back in the building, man. I know it's been. Look, I appreciate everybody that did reach out to me, because I did have some people reach out to me on Instagram, DM me and say, hey, how have you been? Because we haven't seen you on YouTube in a second. You haven't gone live in a while. And I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. But like I said, man, I've been grinding. Y'all, I've been grinding. I've been trying to get this brand off the way. You know what I mean? Get it going. And dealing with my family. My son had surgery. My youngest son, he's 3 years old. He had his birthday on the 29th of March. So then we had his birthday. And then he had surgery the following week. So he wasn't going to school. Or daycare, school, whatever you want to call it. So he was staying home. So it was kind of hard for me to be able to really put out content while my son is staying home and he's trying to recover from the surgery. He had his tonsils removed and he had like some, I think it's called adenoids removed. So I had my 3-year-old son for a while. And then my 5-year-old, he started baseball. And boy, they be having a game like every other day. Then they have practice every other day. And then they had the all-star practice as well. So I've just been being a dad. I've been a dad, man. I've been being a dad lately, man. I've been getting to it, grinding on that, man. So appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Sorry I got to ramble on about my personal life, but I just wanted to give an explanation of, look, I've been grinding, you know what I mean? I've been doing some work, but I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Brandon in the building. What's good with you? Sousa, he says, what's good? It's been a minute. I see you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up. B. Al in the building. Yes, sir. Caldwell, I see you, brother. Top of the morning to 510. Yes, sir, Jody. Man, you got a new dog, bro? Did you get another dog, or is that one of your one of the little ones that just grew up? That boy got a French bully and what is that, English? Correct me if I'm wrong. That boy got some exotic dogs up in there. EJ Raider in the building. Glad to see everybody back, man. And I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to see everybody in the chat, man. Jameer in the building. He said, you good? Let's go. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Daniel Kim. Yo, on break at school. Good to see our leaders set the precedence. Yes, man. That's what we love to see, man. Raiders football is officially on our way, and that's what you love to see. You love to see the superstars, the free agents that we brought on. There was some speculation that certain players wouldn't show up. It's like Chandler Jones may have not shown up, or Darren Waller or Josh Jacobs. All of these guys showed up. Think about it. Last year, Josh Jacobs didn't show up. He didn't show up. He was going to do his own workouts, right? And I think the fact that we got a new regime with Josh McDaniels, they really want to show. They really want to show something. They really want to put their best foot forward. So Daniel King says you're good. Appreciate you, brother. Nick McBride in the building. He says, what up? You're straight. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. D1, Nature Boy. Shout out Nature Boy, man. Appreciate you, man. Always chopping it up. Always spitting game. on Instagram. He says redemption time. You already know what it is. What's your redemption story? You know what it is, man. Edgar V in the building. What's good, Ray? Always looking forward to your show. Makes my work day well. Appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. EJ says, hey, you're going to give me a hat for my birthday in May. Just kidding, just kidding. That's going to be my birthday gift to me, man. Shout out to EJ. Early happy birthday to EJ, man. We're going to have to set something up for you, brother. We're going to have to set something up for you. Ray, what happened? It feels like I didn't see your live in weeks. Love from Germany. Yeah, bro. Like I was saying, man, I was just dealing with my family. I want to say dealing with them. I was just being a dad, bro. I was just being a dad. Like I said, my youngest had surgery, so he was staying home. My oldest started baseball, and that's like every other day. And my youngest had his birthday. My anniversary is coming up this Friday. A lot of stuff going on, man. Plus, I'm trying to get the brand off the ground and running. I'm trying to get some exposure there. So appreciate everybody tuning in, man. The Raider 08 in the building. What's good with you, man? Solo Raider, what's happening, man? Lawson in the building. What's up with you, bro? Spotlight in the building. He says, yo, what's goody, bro? What's goody with Spotlight, man? I hope you're doing well, Spotlight. And that means whether you're making content, whether it's your health, whether it's just life in general, Spotlight. Hope you're doing well, brother. Glad to see you that you're here with us, man. Glad to see you here with us. Family first for sure. Yeah, shout out to McBride, man, for pulling up, man. Appreciate it. Jody says he just got bigger now. Them two of my studs. Yeah, them the money makers. He said, them the money makers, man. Them the money makers. But let's see. Rob in the building. What's up with you, man? D Money says that's what it's all about. Being it, yeah, man. You got to step up. You got to really step it up nowadays, man. You can't be that guy. Do not be that guy to where you being a deadbeat. EJ says, haha, that's why baseball was my favorite sport to play. There was a game like every day. Yeah, man. No, for real. There is. There really is, man. But we just getting warmed up right here in the chat. Wanted to give everybody a shout out and just say what it is. Mike Morris in the building. Glad to see you able to make it, man. Glad to see our guy Mike Morris in the building. This was one of the dudes, and this is what I mean. This is why I like the Raider Nation so much. This is why I love the Raider Nation so much because Mike Morris is one of the people that checked up on me. He was like, man, I noticed you wasn't he said, I noticed you haven't been live lately. And I was like, yeah, man, I've just been with my fam, doing the family thing, and we had some dialogue. And so shout out to Mike Morris for tapping in with me on Instagram, bro, on Instagram. So appreciate that, Mike. Lionel in the building. What's good with you, man? What's good with you? How you doing? Berserk in the building. He says, what's up, Ray? Good to see you again after 10 years. Nah, but I'm glad everything's good, Brody. Salute from China. Yo, shout out to Berserk, man. Yeah, it feels like it's been about 10 years, man. But look, it's only been the offseason, so I know I haven't missed that much. And I also don't want to be, let's say, like watered down, right? It's the offseason. There's not a lot of content or there's not a lot of news. And I know I could come on here a lot, but with everything going on, I thought it was a good time to take a break and attend to my family and take care of all that, man. EJ says, wasn't much news anyways until a tidbit recent. Exactly, EJ. Exactly. And I don't want to water down the content. You know what I mean? I don't want to water down the content. I just don't want to put stuff out there just to milk it. And I feel like some content creators in some way that stuff gets milked and it gets the market gets saturated and it's just Raiders football. And it's like, bro, if there's nothing really to talk about, just take your foot off the gas pedal and give Raider Nation a chance to breathe. You know what I mean? And so when we come back, it can be fresh. So that's just kind of how I see it as well, man. You just can't just be out here saturating the market and just watering everything down, man. Man, I was worried when first got McDaniels, just scared of the unknown. But now I haven't been this excited for a season in a minute. Yeah, same here, McBride, because you got to think when he first came in, you feel like you get the vibes of we seen him with the Broncos. You get the vibes of how he ditched on the Colts. But the fact that he came in and he made some moves with Ziegler, I think it's kind of more of Ziegler's side because he's the GM, right? He came out straight. I'm going to be making those decisions. And we haven't seen any so-called coaching decisions yet by McDaniels so far. So it's kind of hard to judge McDaniels, but I think them as a team, as a duo, and what they've done so far, definitely something to be excited about. It's good to see you back. The logic is back. Not much going on. No need to stretch shit out. Exactly, man. There's no need to stretch out. There's no need to water it down, right? And I appreciate you saying that, Mike, because I am glad to be back out here. Because I know y'all was dealing with this Walmart branded content. So I'm glad to be back out here to bring y'all that logic. And one more thing, Mike. Just want to give a quick shout out to Caleb Morris. Shout out to Caleb Morris. That is Mike's son. He's doing his thing, man. Fast recovery, man. I hope everything is fine with Caleb. That's Mike's son. Shout out to Caleb. You know why I'm giving a shout out, brother. Stay strong. Be a great dad, Mike. We all appreciate great dads, and you appreciate it, Mike. Keep it up, brother. Keep it up. Keep it up. EJ Ritter says, all right, first question, bro. What's your take on Dylan Moses? Thank you for the first question because, look, the introduction's over. It's time to talk about some football. It's time to talk about some football and just get into it, man, because we're looking at draft picks, and I know we're picking in the third round because we don't have that first or second. I know that. Dylan Moses, would y'all want to take Dylan Moses in the third round, a linebacker? That's your first pick. And this is just me. This is just me, right? But I feel like when you trade your picks away, especially your first and second round to go get an Adams, that's great. But then that makes you have to do even more research, even more homework to find that gem in the third round, because our third round pick has to be a starter, in my opinion. It has to be a starter. You have to do enough homework. You have to do enough homework to say the guy we're getting in the third round is a starter. For me, Dylan Moses isn't really a starter. Excuse me. Not Dylan Moses. I'm thinking about somebody else. Dylan Moses. Dylan Moses, you talking about picking up the free agent Dylan Moses. I was thinking about somebody completely different. My fault. I was thinking about a different Alabama linebacker in the draft. Dylan Moses, he doesn't really excite me. He doesn't really excite me. But as far as the draft, in the third round, I feel like we have to go and get a guy that's going to start. Our third round pick has to be a starter. That's just how I feel about it. So then when you look at certain guys, and I've been seeing the rumors. So we're looking at Mario Goodrich, the cornerback out of Clemson. Mario Goodrich. We're looking at a corner over there. Who else have we looked at? We've looked at what's his name? Peavy or Pevy, interior defensive lineman for the Texas A&M. We've looked at the corner. Supposedly, we're looking at the corner from UTSA, Tariq Woolen. And for me, if we go into this draft thinking that our third round pick is more of a depth piece than a starter, that's wrong. But I don't think that's the case. But let me actually answer this man's question because I went off on a tangent about the draft. Dylan Moses, I'm not really excited about it. I feel like this is really a depth piece. That's all it is. He came out of the draft last year, right? He came out of the draft last year. And was he even so he wasn't even drafted. He was an undrafted free agent, Dylan Moses was. And he couldn't even stay on the Jags. So, I mean, he could be a potential piece to bring in. It says he's 6'3", 240. Says he didn't play in 2021. So it'd definitely be interesting. It definitely would be interesting. I feel like it's a high reward, low risk player, Dylan Moses. Dylan Moses is a low risk, high reward player. That's what I would put. Yeah, he was undrafted because he had the ACL, because he had his ACL torn, right? He didn't play any of 2021, correct? So this would technically be his first real season, and he would come in. It would be a high reward, low risk, in my opinion, but that's kind of my take on it. Spotlight says, I agree, bro. Not too much content going on. Once the draft come around, then the content going to come down. I agree with you, my guy. Yeah. And especially the fact that we don't have a first and second round pick is kind of like, man, that first day gonna be tough because we don't even have pick. But it would be surprising if we ended up trading up into the first and pick somebody up. That'd be interesting, man. My opinion says our third round pick has to be a right tackle. Potentially, who's the starting right tackle that we can find in the third round? I know there's some guys out there. I've been seeing names. I know my boy Sanjeev been putting stuff out there. Mitchell Rand's been putting stuff out there as well. Raider Scout as well has put some mock drafts. I'm just not a big proponent of putting another rookie on this offensive line with as much inexperience as there is on the offensive line. Now, that's just my opinion, of course. That's just my opinion. I wanted experience on the offensive line, and that's why I wanted to get a veteran to go at right tackle so a veteran could be next to Alex Leatherwood. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't really want Alex Leatherwood and then a rookie next to him. I feel like those two, they need somebody to really talk to. They need somebody that knows the ins and out of the game. Now, if they believe in Alex Leatherwood that much that he could really help groom up a rookie right tackle next to him, then okay. But I don't know. That's a tough task at hand, in my opinion. But I definitely wanted to talk about some of these free agents that we picked up. Really quick, I want to talk about these free agents that we picked up real quick. We picked them up about last week, so I think it's week 3 of free agency. And like I said, I haven't been on in too much of recent time. But let's go ahead and scan over these players real quick, just to get an idea. And we got Nick Money-Making Mullins in the building. Somebody that, look, he tore us up, man. I ain't going to lie. He tore us up when we played him when he was on the 49ers as the backup. But he is now a Las Vegas Raider. He is now a Las Vegas Raider. He is the backup for Derek Carr. Yes, he is the backup for Derek Carr. Now, you go ahead and look. He's a 6'1", 210-pound quarterback. That's a tiny quarterback, if you ask me. Very tiny. Look at this. 6'1", 210 pounds. Like, dude, how? That's kind of small, if you ask me. Now, you go down. He's been in the league since 2018. He's been in the league since 2018, and he's been a backup his whole career. Nothing too much to see here. We know who Nick Mullins is because he torched us. He torched us, man. When was that? 2019? I think it was 2019 when he torched us. And, boy, that was tough. But Nick Mullins is now in the building as a Las Vegas Raider. Nothing too fancy to look at right here. Backup quarterback. Let's go ahead and move on to the next player that I want to talk about, and it is Jonathan Hankins. Big time Jonathan Hankins. Someone we had to go back and pick up. Veteran presence, interior defensive lineman. He played for the Giants before. And I don't know if he played with Patrick Graham because I don't think Patrick Graham was with the Giants at that time. But he's playing with Patrick Graham now. We know about Jonathan Hankins, but let's go ahead and look at his stats last year, and it went down dramatically. His stats last year dramatically went down. You can see here in 2021, it was at a 46.9 grade. And then in 2020, it was a 61.7. In 2019, it was a 63. So really, he went from averaging around 60 grade to a 46. Now, you can see his snap count definitely went down. But usually when your snap count goes down, that should help your average. But he was dealing with some injuries. Let's look at his stats. Total pressures. He had 8 last year. The previous year, 14. Previous year to that was 22. He had 0 sacks. I'm going to have to look into that. He has 0. That's interesting. 2 hits, 6 hurries, and 1 batted pass. So not a lot of production out of Jonathan Hankins last year. Not too much. Let's go on to Tashawn Bauer. Somebody that, I feel like Nation kind of got excited about this pickup. And after looking into it, he's really just a depth piece. I don't know if maybe he's a special teams guy. Looks like he could be a special teams guy. If you look over here, he played with Minnesota in 18 and 17. In 2019, he didn't play. I'm not sure what happened here in 2019, if there was injury or whatever the case may be. But you can see here, it went from 2018 to 2020. He played for New England. He had 137 snaps. That was the most snaps he had. And then in 2021, he went from Minnesota. He played for Minnesota and New England. And he had a total of 66 snaps. So another depth piece. like I said, nothing crazy going on within Raider Nation. Nothing too crazy. Not at all. But I wanted to get to this now. Get to this next. Let's see what the chat is talking about. Yep. Yaha says Super Bowl ready. Shoot, I hope at this point we're playoffs or bust. I think we make the divisional. If we make anything less than the divisional, I'd be disappointed. I'd definitely be disappointed. It was good to hear pretty much all players were at OTAs. Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. No first or second round pick, so we really need to sign Honey Badger. I would love to get Honey Badger, but he sounded desperate about the Chiefs, man. And it's like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, do you want to play for somebody else, or are you just crying over the Chiefs, man? Why it says we're just bringing in depth right now, 100%, man. Yeah, this is just depth pieces. Definitely just depth pieces. Amari Bell says he played with Patrick Graham. Yeah, what year was that when he played when Hankins played with Graham? Illuminor knows the system. He could teach Leatherwood. I could definitely. Now, what I meant by that, though, Mike, was more of the aspect of being on the field because it was asked or it was said that in the third round we could pick up a right tackle. And so would you want a rookie right tackle starting next to Alex Leatherwood? Because I know Illuminor knows the system, but I don't think he's not going to really be out there on the field if we go get that. See, that's all I was just addressing that. Honey Badger, exactly, Watts. Exactly what I'm saying. Honey Badger got to figure out what he want to do because right now he's just straddling the fence. Like, bro, figure out what you want to do because I seen an article saying that Honey Badger was talking about how he would have taken the same money that Justin Reed got from the Chiefs. I'm like, bro, why would you even come out and say that? Just sign with the team that you're going to sign with. It's over, bro. It's over. He acting like an ex-girlfriend that still ain't got over you. And he's over here like, oh, well, I would have done that. I would have done that for him. I would have done that for him. Bro, just move on, Honey Badger. Just move on. Casey's done with you. Casey moved on from you, bro. Like, he over here acting weird. So he definitely got to get his mind right. That right there, when I seen that article, I was like, yeah, okay. But I wanted to get this information out to y'all real quick about the off-season program. I have found this article. Let me pull it up real quick. And it's talking about the Las Vegas Raiders off-season. And it gives out some I would say, important dates. Here we have Las Vegas Raiders start off-season schedule. And then here you can see it says the Las Vegas Raiders. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys real quick so you can see this a little bit more. So here it says, and again, this is Las Vegas KTNV article. It says Las Vegas Raiders and the NFL have confirmed their offseason dates. The planned schedule is listed here. First day is April 11th. And I also had read that when you get a new coach, when a team gets a new coach, they start their season earlier. And some people already knew this. I know some people already know this, but I just want to put that out there for some people that may not know. So for all the teams that got a new head coach, those teams are able to start earlier than the other teams. So, for instance, we're starting earlier than the Chiefs. The Chiefs won't be able to start till I believe next week. So we get a little bit of a jump on the gun because we have a new coach. But that was the first day, April 11th. Now, voluntary minicamp is April 25th to April 27th. That's voluntary minicamp. So let's see who shows up to the voluntary minicamp. I know a lot of people showed up to this camp, phase 1, but we'll see what happens at voluntary minicamp. Some guys may show up, some may not. I'd be surprised, man. It's going to be really surprising to see what the leadership does in these situations. Voluntary minicamp, I know a lot of the veterans sit out for that. Organized team activity practices, May 23rd to the 24th and the 26th. So that's only 3 days. 3 days is organized team activity practices. That's going to be interesting right there. That's definitely something we want to see. June 1st to the 3rd, and then the 13th to the 14th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you get a week of organized team activities practices, and that's going to be towards the end of May and at the beginning up to the mid of June. And then the last, of course, mandatory minicamp, June 7th to the 9th. Mandatory minicamp, June 7th through the 9th. So that's going to be something to look out for. Those are the crucial dates as far as the Raiders offseason goes. As of right now, that's all I have to update for you guys at this moment. Alex Marquez pulled up. What's good with you, man? He says, what's good, Ray? Appreciate you being here, man. Graham was the DL coach. Okay, so I had a feeling there was something like that because I know Graham just became a DC for the Giants just for 2 years. I wouldn't mind having Honey Badger, but can't stand his personality. I hear you, man. I definitely hear you, brother. Definitely hear you. He does seem like he has some type of diva, drama queen attached to him, but I'm not 100% sure if you could really say that so much because I don't feel like he's really made too much of a distraction for the Chiefs. But he's definitely outspoken, definitely a verbal person. McBride says June 2nd, we could sign a big name right tackle if there's one left out there in free agency. I don't believe there is. I don't believe there is any free agency at offensive line right now that I really, really like, that just stand out to me that I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to solidify it, that I would say is feasible to pick up. But I definitely think we need to get some depth there. Definitely need to get some depth there. In 2016, Bell says in 2016, 100%, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He says, ciao from beautiful Sicily. I finally got your live. Love your show. Shout out to Frank, man. What's good with you? Polari? Frank Polari, man. Appreciate you tuning in from Sicily. That's dope, brother. That's dope. I always love when people comment and tell me where they tuning in from, especially when it's overseas, because that's always makes it that much more special. Appreciate you because I know the time difference is always a hassle as well. Watch Raider says, I think our coaches and the GM are looking at the draft the safety then. Which the thing is, man, when it comes to the draft, I don't feel like we should be depending on the draft to fill spots because our first pick is in the third. And like, how often will you hit on a player between the third and seventh round? Like, not very that often are you going to get a starter out of those rounds. And that's why I was saying kind of at the beginning of the show that in the third round, you have to do that research. Once you give up that first and second, you have to start doing your research and really know who you want to bring in to solidify a specific spot in that third round. Because whoever comes in, they're going to be a starter, right? I don't think we go draft a guy in the third round and he doesn't start. That for me, that would be a waste, almost a waste, unless it's best player available, which I wouldn't be mad at. But we'll have to see what happens, man. It's going to be interesting because I personally think we trade somewhere, like try to get an earlier pick. That's just me, though. You know what I mean? You don't have to take my word for it, but I do think we trade to get back to get an earlier pick. And we'll see what happens, though, man. Tubby Chili, what's good with you, man? What's good? Like I said, how about quarterback prospect E.J. Perry, third quarterback? Like I said, E.J. Perry. I'll be honest, man. E.J. Perry is someone I would definitely have to look at because I don't really know too much about these quarterbacks coming up, man. I really don't. The fact that I don't think we were going to draft a quarterback, I didn't really look at too many of them. I only looked at about the top 5-6 prospects. The Ritter, Pickett's, all that kind of stuff, the Malik's. I only looked at those guys. I don't really know too much about E.J. Perry myself. Let's see. Raider Black in the building. Appreciate you, Yaya. He says, Raider Black says, hey, Ray, good to see you back. The most realistic and smart commentary in Raider Nation. This is my favorite comment, man, because I hold this dearly to me, man. I try to keep my content with logic and full circle, so I appreciate that, Raider Black. Shout out Raider Black for the comment, man. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Yep, shout out Chili, man. EJ says, what up with him, yo? Watch Raider says June 7th is the day. He said June 7th is the day. Most definitely. Super chat. Appreciate the super chat, brother. It's the first super chat of the day, and it's from the boy Cunningham. Who else? Always supporting, always coming through, showing love. Appreciate you, brother. He says, sup, Ray? How you been? I literally never saw the Pats have a bad offensive line while McDaniels was there, no matter where drafted. How much faith do you have in this coaching staff coaching these guys up? Let me tell you something, Cunningham. Appreciate the question. Definitely a good statement behind your question as well. You're right. You hit the nail right on the head when it comes to the offensive line in New England, because New England pretty much had a stacked offensive line. People would try to pick their offensive line just to get players. I mean, we did it, right? We went and got Trent Brown. We got a little bit of service out of him, but still, we picked him off of the because he was a former New England Patriot guy. And they have Shaq Mason over there. They have plenty. They have Carr over there. They have a lot of offensive linemen that are great. I have a lot of faith in this coaching staff. I really do. I wasn't a big fan of the Gruden regime. I'll be honest. I wasn't a big fan of Tom Cable. I criticized Tom Cable a lot. And, Raider Nation criticized me for criticizing Tom Cable because, I started YouTube last offseason before the draft or right after the draft, something like that. And when I was in, I would criticize Tom Cable because for me, it's Tom Cable never had a good offensive line unless it was bought. The only time we had a good offensive line is when we bought it. And that's when we had Rodney Hudson. We paid for that. Gabe Jackson. Remember, we gave him a pretty decent contract, and he was drafted by McKenzie as well. So that doesn't count towards the Gruden regime. Trent Brown. We made Trent Brown a very wealthy man. We made him with the highest paid offensive lineman, I believe, as well. We spent a first-round draft pick on Colton Miller, and then we got Richie Incognito, who was a competent and a dominant guard in the NFL that came out of retirement for us. So the only time we've had a good offensive line is when it was bought and when it was full of veterans. Tom Cable never took offensive line and built it up to be something great. He never did that. And when I criticized him for that, Raider Nation wanted to criticize me because there's a lot of other content creators that love Tom Cable. They would call Tom Cable the GOAT. They say, well, look what he did with Colton Miller. He's going to do it with Alex Leatherwood. Bullshit. Because when they would say that, I would say, look, I'm not trying to wait 3-4 damn years for offensive linemen to be good. I'm not trying to do that shit. That's not a good coach. A good coach takes a guy that he likes and he makes him a superstar in that year. He takes those tangibles that he's seen on the tape and he makes them and exploits them so they can be something great. Tom Cable was not a good coach. So y'all gotta check that. When it came to the Raiders, Tom Cable, they had a terrible offensive line coach in Tom Cable. And when I tried telling y'all, you can't listen to all these damn content creators that say Tom Cable's the GOAT. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Bullshit. Because when I was trying to tell y'all criticized me. Now let's get to it, man. Tom Cable was asked. Our offensive line was ranked, 20th or worse every single year under him. He drafted, while Tom Cable was here, we drafted Colton Miller, John Simpson, Andre James, Alex Leatherwood, and Brandon Parker. So all 5 starting offensive linemen for the majority of last year was drafted by Tom Cable, and we still have struggles. So that just proves my point that he should have been gone a long time ago. He should have been gone a long time ago. Now, to the McDaniels point that Cunningham was asking, that's why I have faith in this coaching staff, because they've proven they can have a good offensive line. They've proven they've had stout offensive lines and got production out of them. Why you can't say that with Tom Cable? Tom Cable was with the Seahawks, and we know how the Seahawks offensive line was. It was straight doo-doo. It was garbage. It was abysmal. So look at the New England's offensive linemen. Look at how their offense is run. It is that simple. So I would have to just go based off that track record. That's why I have that faith. Not only that, just based off the moves they've already made. If they're comfortable enough bringing in these offensive linemen back and going to trade for a Devontae Adams, I'm fine with that. And I'll even take it a step further that I don't care who's on the offensive line right now. If the offensive linemen that we have go out there, or the ones that we have right now on the roster, I expect us to at least make it to the divisional round. I don't give a shit if it's Brandon Parker at right tackle. I don't care if it's Alex Leatherwood at right guard, John Simpson at left guard. I don't care if it's the same offensive line as last year. Derek Carr has to get it done. It's that simple. Derek Carr has to get it done. He has Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Foster Moreau, Darren Waller. What else do you need, Derek Carr? I don't care if the offensive line isn't that good because it's good enough. I've seen this offensive line be good enough. I seen it all the second half of last year be good enough where they gained the experience to be better and be able to keep us somewhat in games. So if Derek Carr can get it done with the offensive line he had last year, there's no excuse for this year. No excuse. So that's kind of where I am with the offensive line, actually, is that I think with the offensive line we have now, we better get it done. We better get it done. Because going into this season, I'll be the first one to tell you, if I hear anything about, the offensive line isn't doing good enough and Derek Carr can't do this or that, I don't give a shit. He needs to figure out how to get it done. He needs to. Because that first and second round could have been that offensive line, but we got Devontae Adams. We could have paid the offensive lineman, but we got Devontae Adams. And now if Derek Carr wants to get his extension as well, Derek Carr, you better be on your P's and Q's, boy, or I'm going to be criticizing the hell. You know what I mean? Let's not go down that road. Let's not go down that road. Appreciate the super chat, though, Cunningham. Appreciate it, man. Very good question. Love that question, man. Almost got me on a tangent. Raid the effing tape. You heard? Yeet. You already know what it is. OG straight up in the building. What's happening, man? Warrior 6'9". What's good with you? He says, I'm excited to see the Carr McDaniels combination. How about you? Crazy excited. I'm excited. Derek Carr has an elite offense. This offense is elite. There's nothing around it. You know what I mean? There's nothing around this offense that you could try to give any leeway. No, it's elite. At the end of the day, it's elite. Get that shit done. Go win some playoff games, baby. Let's get it. Watts Raider says, man, the Chiefs went out and signed Justin Reed, and they have draft picks. They're not worried about Matthew. Yeah, they're not worried about Matthew, bro. They're not worried about Matthew, brother. Curtis in the building. He says, what's good, Ray? Do you think we still need to better address the right side of the offensive line? And I think I kind of answered your question, brother. I don't. In my opinion, you need to go get that shit done. You need to get that shit done. You do not have to have every single piece on the team to be a great elite, right? It doesn't have to be elite. Every single piece on the team doesn't have to be elite. Look at every single team that made the playoffs. Everything wasn't elite. So for us thinking that everything has to be elite, that's wrong. That is wrong. He has an elite wide receiver. He has an elite slot receiver. He has an elite tight end. You could almost say he has an elite running back, you know, when Josh Jacobs plays to his best, he's an elite running back. You can say that. You don't need an elite offensive line. You can have a subpar offensive line. You really can. It happens all the time. So Derek Carr has to get it done. In my opinion, he has to get it done. I'm not worried about the offensive line. That's just me, though. Because I feel like if you go get an offensive line, then it's almost I don't know. Just for me, I feel like if you worry about the offensive line too much, I'm just like, damn, you already got the best receiver in the game. You already got one of the best tight ends in the game. It's not like the offensive line is really that bad. It's really not. Like, let's be serious here. Let's be serious, right? Not only that, it's not like our defense is stout. It's not like our defense is solidified to where it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go top heavy in offense and we're gonna go solidify the offensive line. Nah, our defense needs help as well. So I don't want us to ignore our defense because we still have question marks. We have a bunch of corners. We have a bunch of corners that we have question marks about. Rocky Sin is probably our best. We just traded for him. He didn't even play. He hasn't played it down for us yet. Trayvon Mullen, extension year. Rocky Sin, extension year. Averett, 1-year deal, right? So these guys that we would expect to be these top, what are CB1 or CB2 or on deals, those guys are going to have to get re-signed, right? What about our defensive tackle, our interior? People talking about a linebacker. Not only that, people want Abram gone or moved to linebacker, so we'd have to go get another safety. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't really trip off the offensive line that much. I'm not worried about the O-line. I'll say this right now. I'm not even worried about the offense. I'm not worried about the offense at all. So that's just me. That's just me. Mike said, that's why I let a nation wear a spread worldwide and there for each other. Yeah, 100%, bro. Worldwide. That's the dopest thing about it, man, is that it's spread worldwide. That's dope. He said Mullen a small quarterback, but he fucked up shit. No, for sure he did. Maximus in the building. Was good with you, man? Boogie said we sucked for last 2 decades that our fans became conditioned to think mediocre was greatness. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Definitely hear that, man. AJ Simpson in the building. What's good with you, man? Albert said right on fire. Just letting it be known. Just letting it be known, man. Cortez in the building. What's good with you, man? Boogie says finally has a above average great play. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Said Ray got the receipts. You know I keep the receipts, bro. I keep the receipts. I can't let people out here slide. Nah. If you gonna talk that shit, you better back it up. You better back it up. He says Windows hats available this May, brother. This May. Appreciate you. Appreciate you asking. Appreciate you asking. Redemption hats on the way this May, man. EJ says, I got killed on a post saying that, Raid. On the Raiders page, they were saying we need to upgrade the line immensely so Carr can get it done. I argued that you have like top 3 players in the league. I feel like in the league, get bracketed and are great in separation. Carr has a quick release and great arm. Someone will be open. He can get it done. Yes, bro. Exactly. But this is and I'll add to that. Like I was saying earlier, I'll even add to that, bro, if you have an elite offensive line at this point, because I feel like if you put a great right tackle, then at that point the offensive line is set. Andre James is good enough. Colton Miller, we know Colton Miller is a top half of the league left tackle. I mean, he's probably a top 10 left tackle. You know what I mean? So if you put a great right tackle at that point, there's no excuse. This offense has to be explosive. This offense has to be great. But then I feel like you kind of like putting our defense on the back burner. And all we did was get Chandler Jones as Rocky Sin. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, man. I think the offense got to get it done with what they have, though. Kendrick T with a hot take. He says, have a feeling Morrow could get traded during the draft, but that's just me. I hear you, Kendrick. I hear you, man. I feel like something's going to shake up during the draft. I'll agree with, as far as that much, I'll agree with you, Kendrick. I definitely agree that something's going to shake up during the draft, but I don't know if it's Morrow going to be traded, but I wouldn't be surprised, brother. That's a good take. That's a good take. You know what I mean? Maybe we see a lot left in Waller. We want to keep Waller around, give him that extension maybe after this next season, and go pick up somebody else or something like that. So we'll see what happens. Mike Morris with the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Man, not only did he drop a super chat, but he is a member. He is a member. So if anybody wants to become a member, go ahead and hit that join button. It goes a long way. It's the best way to support the channel, man. Appreciate that. But with the super from Mike Morris, he says, I agree our coaches last year was too stuck in their ways and couldn't adapt to situations. Our coaches now have proved they can adapt. And not only that, man, adapt. I've heard that Patrick Graham runs a different scheme nearly every other week, that he bases his defense off the offense. So that's going to be very interesting right there. That's going to be really interesting. So that I agree. You hit the nail right on the head. That's 100% correct, Mike, because our last coaching staff, think about it. Gus Bradley, stay in cover 3. If they beat us while we're in cover 3, that's okay. We'll just continue to let them beat us. If John Gruden on the other side of the ball, if we can't run the football, we'll just keep running the football till we can. Like, bruh, that was the coaching staff that we literally had. Think about that. We literally had a defensive coordinator that would not change the defense. He would just say, oh, figure out how to beat us. And if you do, you got us. You got us. It's like, what the hell? Bruh, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. Then you go there and you sit and you look at John Gruden, how he would forcefully run the football. Run the football on every first down type shit. And it's like, bruh, everybody knows. Like, you're not punishing anybody right now. Watts says, let's talk about run blocking. Shoot, man. That run, let me be honest, Watts. The run blocking last year, I criticized Josh Jacobs a lot because this is what I would hear. The offensive line was bad, right? But for some reason, Derek Carr still had to get it done, but Josh Jacobs didn't have to get it done. So that's why I criticize Josh Jacobs a lot, because if the offensive line is bad and it is expected for Derek Carr to go out there and put points on the board, to make passes, right? then why the hell isn't it expected for Josh Jacobs to run the damn football? People say, "Oh, the offensive line bad, so he's getting hit behind the line." I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Because if you can't block for the quarterback and he can't throw the ball, there was no excuses for him. I'm not finna make no excuse for Josh Jacobs. I'm not. So that's the only reason. That's the only reason I was criticizing Jacobs last year when it came to when you want to talk about the run blocking, because if you're going to talk about the O line, you have to talk about it all the way around. Okay, see, so Watts, exactly, Watts. We only talk about Carr and pass blocking, though. Exactly, Watts. This is basically what I just said. So me and you agree. That is both. That the blocking was just poor. The blocking was poor, and exactly. The boy dropped a comment just in time. McBride says McDaniel said himself, "It's our job as coaches to coach the guys up we already have." Exactly, man. Get the job done, and I think they're going to be able to. I think these coaches are going to be able to. I have a lot of faith in this coaching staff. I really do. Scotty Flamingo says, "Go Chiefs." First off, your name is Flamingo, bro. Your name is Flamingo. I don't even know I don't even know. JoJo says, "Much respect. You only content credit at where's their line. Much respect for that." Yo, shout out to JoJo, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If y'all haven't noticed, check game though. Look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all right now. Whenever y'all check out the content creators that be putting out any type of brand, merchandise, product, tell me if they actually wear that shit. Tell me if you actually see them with the product that they want you to buy. Tell me. And come back to me and let me know. Because everything that I'm gonna put out, I'm gonna be rocking. You understand me? I stand behind what I do. That's all I gotta say. I stand behind what I do. Okay, I'm not gonna tell y'all to go cop some shit I wouldn't even wear, that I wouldn't wear out the house. I wear everything I got on, I'm gonna rock. Everything I push, I'm gonna rock every day. That's simple. Corey Woods, appreciate you pulling up, man. He says, "It was sad watching our corners last season. At the end, I almost wanted our net back. We were so desperate." Oh my God. Yeah, that sounds desperate. When you want Arnett back, that sounds desperate. And did you guys hear about Arnett? Did you guys hear about Arnett? Damon Arnett apparently was filmed on he was pulled over, and he lied about something going on with driving or something like that. That man can't stay out of trouble. That man cannot stay out of trouble. Kevin Wine, he says there is a new higher standard. Yes, bro. Most definitely. New standard. Watch Raider says training camp ain't even started. We don't know who's going to get injured. Worry in August, not April. Yep. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I definitely feel you. Because you think about it. Think about it, Watts. Last year we went into the season. Richie Incognito got hurt. So then we had to do some change up there. Then Good got hurt. And then Good got hurt. So that's two offensive linemen that we had to replace right there. So a lot definitely can change, man. A lot definitely can change. Best we would get for Morrow is a fit, though. Yeah, we want to get too much for Morrow. E-Manny with the super chat. He says, "I really hope Adam stay healthy and out of trouble." Yeah. I think he should stay out of trouble, though. I think he should stay out of trouble. He seems like more of the tight-knit family guy. So I hope he stays out of trouble too, bro, and stays healthy. I think the main thing would be hopefully he stays healthy. Hopefully he stays healthy. F the Chargers, F the Broncos, and F the Chiefs. Yeah. Robert Gross says, "Perriman going to get paid next season." Yeah, not by us, though. I don't think we're going to pay him. Man. Honey Badger coming or what? Look, Honey Badger was one of my top free agency guys. Like, he was one of the people I wanted to bring in right off top. We haven't brought him in yet, but we'll see what happens, man. He's over here complaining. He's still talking about the Chiefs, man. He sounds like a desperate ex-girlfriend. Hey, Raiders football talk. Andy, why did you time out our boy? Whoa. What? What happened? What do you mean time out? Time out what? I ain't time out nobody. I don't see Raiders football. Okay. We in the building. Yeah. He said I should click. Shout out Andy, Raiders football talk. Always supporting. You already know what it is. If y'all don't follow the kid, make sure y'all follow the kid at Raiders football talk. That's Andy Raider. That's Andy over there at Raiders football talk. Y'all know what it is. He said Raider KO says, we got you. We got you. Watch out for June. Big moves. LV. We're going to be watching LV. We're going to be watching LV. We definitely going to be checking in. Arkham Raider says Akeem Hicks would be a nice addition to our D-line. He would be a nice addition. He's a little older. I hope he could stay healthy. I hope he can stay healthy because last year he was dealing with some injuries. I know that. But he would be a great addition to this line. Him, Chandler Jones, Max Crosby. Who else would you put? Nichols. He played with Nichols before. There is the ties with Champ, or what is he now? What is Champ? Our director, I believe. He's our director or GM, assistant GM, something like that. So he does have those ties in Chicago. Don't y'all remember Honey Badger getting roasted by Carr? Carr roasted Honey Badger? I don't remember that. Raider. I don't remember Raider 007. I don't remember that. You're going to have to check me out. 2022 finna be a special year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's going to be a special year. Arkham Raider says, this is my new channel, Ray. Can he make? Yes, sir. I got you, brother. I got you. KO says, Gilly or Honey Badger? Look. Honey Badger. I choose the Honey Badger over Gilmore, and I'll tell you why. Age, cost. I think Honey Badger may be cheaper. Health and scheme. You put Trayvon Merrick and the Honey Badger as the two safeties, bro. There's not going to be anywhere to throw the football, in my opinion. These two guys have great instincts. They're like spitting images of each other, in my opinion. I think Merrick is bigger. But these guys are like spitting images of each other. They could both play zone. They could both play man. They could both play two high. They could play single high. These guys are great. I would love to bring in the Honey Badger with Trayvon Merrick. It's that simple for me. It's that simple. Honey Badger. I don't want Stephon Gilmore. I'm not a big fan of Stephon Gilmore. I do like him, but right now I wouldn't be a big fan of that. We have Rock Ya-Sin. We have Trayvon Mullen, Anthony Averett, who has a rap sheet of all of last season that you can go look at. Okay, those are three different cornerbacks that have potential of staying at the top three right there. And I'm comfortable with those three at corner. Are you guys comfortable with Roderick Teamer and Daniel Levitt at safety next to Merrick? No, I'm not. Let's be honest. I'd rather have Rock Ya-Sin, Trayvon Mullen, Honey Badger, and Trayvon Merrick as our four DBs out there than to have Gilmore and Rock Ya-Sin, I guess, Abram and Merrick. I don't know, man. That's just me, though. That's just me. I feel like having those two safeties is just – it takes a lot of stress off of the corners as well. It takes a lot of stress off the corners as well. So that's just where I stand with it. Yeah, I have to go with Tyrann Mathieu over Stephon Gilmore. That's me. I feel like you cover more field. Safeties have more leverage to where they don't have to play on just one side of the field. They're kind of in the middle of the field. They can help this corner. They can help support in the run. They could zone. They could be the robber. They could spy. Corners, you come off the corner blitz. You stay in your zone, off in the thirds over there. Whether it's man, you only got that man. So you're not going to be on the field or spread out enough, in my opinion. It's a good question. What happened to strong safety Abrams? And the reason I was speaking in that term, Trey, is because the narrative and what's being said is that Jonathan Abram needs to be a linebacker. That Abram isn't a good enough safety to start too high next to Myrick. Now, I've defended Abram. I like him. I would give him a new contract, and I would keep him around if it were to be a cheaper contract, rather than to give him that fifth-year option, because I think the fifth-year option is that much more expensive, and I think you save if you give that extension. So that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion on it. I like Abram though. If I would keep Abram with Myrick. That's just my opinion though. I like Abram. A lot of people don't. They say he doesn't have great ball skills, which I can agree with. I can attest to, because if you watch him last year, he was getting mossed. He was getting mossed by tight ends and running backs. You cannot have that. But I think Abram is a player that just needs more work. He just needs more work. He just needs more coaching. And I think if he continues to get that coaching, he's going to be great. He's only really played – how much has Abram really played, though? Like 2 seasons, kind of? Like 2 seasons? He does have some injury things, but that's kind of his game. So I like Abram, bro. I like Abram. That's just me. That's just me, though. Got sniped. Who's got sniped? Look, hey, y'all. We don't block. Try not to block anybody. I know we got mods in the chat, but try not to block anybody. All right, because even if they say something about the Chiefs, even if they're up here and they talking ish about me, just don't block them. You know what I mean? We just don't entertain it. We will turn them into fans. I'm telling you, we beat people with kindness and intelligence and logic over here. Okay, so if somebody comes up here, don't block them. Let them go ahead and talk themselves into a hole to where they're like, okay, we just gonna chill. We just gonna chill. All right, we're gonna kill people with logic and intelligence over here. We don't have to block nobody. I don't block people. I just don't. It's not really my style. That head is fire. Is that your new merch? This is a brand I started. I technically I don't consider it merch for my YouTube. I don't at all. This is not merch at all for my YouTube. This is a brand called Redemption that I have created, so I don't just. And the reason I say that is because Redemption is just a brand I'm doing, and it has really nothing too much to do with my YouTube. YouTube, I just here for talk about Raiders football. My brand, it's a brand, so I could look fly, so I could look clean, and it correlates with Raiders, right? So it'll give y'all a chance to look clean and look fly as well. Whether it's the hats, whether it's the t-shirts that I'm gonna be dropping, the button-ups that I'm gonna be dropping, the hoodies, whatever it is, man. I don't know if y'all like them, but I plan on doing shirts that are like the Dickies, those Dickies button-ups. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're black, kind of like those worker shirts, and it has like the label right here. It'll have the label right here. It'll say Redemption, and then on the back, I wanted to have like that big, either like a big R or like a big Pillar series. And that Pillar series, if y'all don't know about that Pillar series, that's gonna drop at the beginning of the season. Towards then. But appreciate the question, bro. Appreciate the question. Thank you very much for asking. Eric says availability is the best ability. Well, Sue is never hurt. That's true, man. I know a lot of people were talking about Ndamukong Suh and how he's still out there. He's up there in age, but he's never hurt and he's still productive. I don't know how productive because I haven't kept an eye on him that close. But somebody that's definitely been healthy throughout his career. And I know he wanted to go back to Tampa, so we'll have to keep an eye on for that. What's up, Ray? Didn't know you were live. Shout out Zebra for pulling up there, man. Appreciate you for being out here, man, pulling up on us. I don't know, man. I need to post my lives a lot sooner so then people kind of know and understand, and then do it on a specific time and day so then people get that kind of, oh, yep, I know Ray's about to go live around this time. He usually does type. Ali says, HB for sure. He reminded me of Woodson on his second run with the Raiders after Green Bay. HB for sure. I'm not sure what you're saying. Ali. I'm not sure what you're saying, brother. Let me scroll down real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Let Ray kill them with that. Yeah, bro. We're going to kill him with knowledge, brother. We're going to kill him with knowledge. He says, it is fire, and I would like to support. I need to get one. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, if y'all want to support, go follow us on Instagram, our Redemption brand on Instagram. Y'all can follow us at Redemption Brand, or you can check out the website, redemptionbrand.com. Y'all can check out the website, see how it looks, get familiar and know where it is. And then you guys can also check out the hats that will be dropping in May. Go ahead and check that out, man. Vinny in the building. He says, what up, Ray? How you doing today? I'm doing great, brother. I'm out here. I'm live with y'all. We got back to it earlier in the show. We were talking about the free agents that we did pick up week 3 of free agency. Some names like Mullen, Bowser, and Hankins. We went over the offseason schedule, which I'll probably do the offseason schedule here again in a little bit now that we have some more people with us. If y'all can, I haven't said it this whole show. I have not said it this whole show. If y'all can, hit that like button and subscribe if y'all new here. Y'all can tell I'm rusty. If y'all can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if y'all new here. I appreciate you guys being here because you can be anywhere, but y'all here with the boy, ready to tape. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate that. Chowder says trade for pause. He said trade for pause. Yo. We wild. Honey Badger, okay. Raider Mix says, when you going back live with Honcho, Raid? Man, when are we going back live with Honcho? We got something in the works, man. Trust me. Me and Honcho got something in the works, man. It's finna be a movie. When me and Honcho pull up. So it's gonna be lit, bro. It's gonna be lit. Let me get back to this question, though, because I was being kind of slow, and the question did make sense, but I was just being slow. So my apologies. Man, he was asking about Honey Badger. Ali says, Honey Badger for sure. He reminded me of Woodson on his second run with the Raiders after Green Bay. Shout out Ali with the comment. Appreciate that, brother. That does make sense. I hear you now, brother. I hear you. Honey Badger, most definitely. Mike Moore's safety seem underrated. Yes, most definitely they're underrated, bro. And if you look at a lot of the great teams this past season, they had great 2 high safeties. Look at the Bengals. The Bengals had 2 safeties that were great. 2 high safeties that were great, right? The Chiefs had 2 safeties that were great as well. I feel like people slept on that. Swanson wasn't that good, but they did draft that kid that he ended up getting hurt. I can't think of his name right now, but he ended up being Thornhill. I think it was Juan Thornhill. He was pretty good. He ended up getting hurt. Swanson stepped in. But you look at the Bills. The Bills have a great safety duo with Poyer and Hyde. That's a great safety duo. They lost their best corner in Tre'Davious White, and they were still doing great as a defensive back unit. You look at the Broncos. They had a great defense, a great safety duo as well. When Kareem, y'all know who the Broncos had at safety. I'm drawing a blank right now. Justin Simmons and it's not Kareem. Is it Kareem? But they had a great safety duo as well. So it's always nice to have 2 high safeties because it helps in support, and then it helps in support of the corners to where they don't have so much stress because they know they have guys back there that are gonna help. And then also those are your safeties. That's your safety net. If nobody's gonna get past them, then you good. And when you have 2 good safeties, that's good right there, man. AJ Simpson, I feel like we can draft a safety in this class that can play next to Myrick in the split free safety high. This draft class is deep at free safety. You know, my first time doing the draft is last year when I started YouTube. And after that experience, I really learned that you're only going to get so much talent. Like, let's be honest, you're only going to get so much talent. And so, for instance, last year, the safety class was deep, right? You had Myrick, Holland, I believe his name was Johnson out of Indiana. You had Tyree Gillespie. You had Andre Cisco. You had so many safeties. But there was only so many of them that were going to actually produce and be productive in the NFL. Think about it. Tyree Gillespie is probably a guy that you would name in this draft and say, we can go get him and he can start next to him. And if you next to Myrick, and if you think about it, Gillespie didn't even play last year, right? Did Andre Cisco make any noise? I don't think so. You see what I'm saying? I think that safety, that kid out of Indiana, I don't even know. Who does he play for? I don't even remember who he got drafted to, right? So after that first year, it really made me take a step back and look at the draft. Like, a lot of guys don't even get playing time. Think about it. Malcolm Coons barely got any playing time. Divine Diablo was one of the only guys that we drafted that actually came in and played as far as defense is concerned. In a later draft, of course. Merrick was obviously, we traded up to get him. He was going to start. But later in the draft, think about this. You know what I mean? So for me, it's kind of like, how good are they when it's later in the draft? Because a lot of these guys really don't play. Some of them, you get really lucky. And a lot of them, a lot of them could be system guys. And that's how I feel about, for instance, a Nate Hobbs. And I know I'll get criticized for that. I know I'm going to get criticized for that. But I feel like Nate Hobbs was really a Gus Bradley system kind of guy. And I hope that he continues to be great. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Ray, what do you think about the kid from Baylor, Petrie? I love Petrie. That dude is fast. He'll hit. And he plays inside the box. That's why I like Petrie, bro. I like Petrie. He's instinctive. He's quick. He can turn fast. Is he great at coverage? He could work on his coverage. He reminds me, speaking of Nate Hobbs, he reminds me of kind of like a Nate Hobbs coming out of college in coverage. But he does remind me of Hobbs a lot. He just everything about him reminds me of Hobbs. He just seems a lot faster, and he seems more of like a safety version of Hobbs, to where he'll play in the box. He'll blitz a whole lot. Go watch Baylor tape of Jalen Petrie and go see how much that man blitzed. He was blitzing off the edge. I've probably seen him blitz 4 or 5 times in a row. In the same game, on the same series, blitz. Just blitz. And he's fast, so he's getting back there super fast. And it was fun to watch. I'll be honest. It was fun to watch Petrie's film. It was really fun to watch. Cunningham says McDaniels had his offense literally passed 4 times in the game against a top 5 defense and won because he knew the matchup. So happy he runs our offense now. Cunningham, you're 100% right, bro. Could you imagine? Look, check this out, bro. Check this out real quick. Could you imagine us winning a game last year where Derek Carr only passed the ball 4 times? I had to give that moment of silence right there, and I'm going to ask the question again. I'm going to ask the question one more time. Could you imagine us winning a game last year where Derek Carr only had to pass the ball 4 times? Ain't no way. I wouldn't. There's no way. Yo, he does not like him. Raider Wolf does not like Abrams, bro. I hear you, Wolf. I hear you, brother. I'm a fan of Abrams, though. I just am. I like his playing style. I feel like there hasn't really been a running back whatsoever that has gotten past Abram. Let's be honest. I know Najee Harris stiff-armed the shit out of him. But he didn't get past him. He stiff-armed him, but he didn't get past him. I just like Abram, dude. I like him. It says, make a crew neck for your boy. Trust me, bro. Once the brand gets on the way, man, we're gonna be having some different stuff out here, bro. We're gonna be having some fly stuff. It ain't gonna be your typical just a t-shirt or just a we're gonna have some dope buttons up, trying to have some dope flannels. It all, bro. I'm telling you. Let me get down here though. I got a little caught up behind in the chat a little bit. Mackie ENT says, why waste a pick? Go get Honey Badger. Gillespie gonna be a star. Yeah, I mean, I like Tyree Gillespie. We don't really know what he has, but we'll see. We'll have to see what happens with Gillespie, man. Diablo is a beast. I like Diablo, bro. I do like Diablo. But that goes to my point, Ricky, is that Diablo, think about it. Diablo was a safety that we converted to linebacker. And then it took a couple of weeks for him to actually come in. Actually, yeah, it took a couple of weeks for him to come in. And Corey Littleton got benched for Diablo. So that's a good sign, right? Now, you look at Tyree Gillespie. Why didn't Jonathan Abram get benched for Tyree Gillespie? Why didn't Danny Levitt get benched for Tyree Gillespie? Why? You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of goes hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? We talked a little, Vinny. We talked a little bit about Dylan Moses at the beginning of the show as well. We talked about that. Hobbs going to be in the box too. Okay. Jack Burrow says, out of all the YouTubers, you name them. What do you mean, Jack? What do you mean? White Tyson, yo, what's good with you, White Tyson? If y'all can, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I know I forgot to say hit that like, but if y'all can't hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if y'all new. Y'all know how we get down, man. Hobbs will be fine in man covers. Look, I'm not knocking Hobbs. I'm not knocking Hobbs at all. The thing is, I just think he was a product of Gus Bradley's system. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's that bad of a football player. I just want to see what he does outside of the Gus Bradley system. Let me say it that way. I'm not knocking Hobbs. I want to see what he does outside of Gus Bradley's system. That's all I'll say. Chowder, the Patriots defense wasn't our defense. So the Patriots defense still isn't our defense. It's going to be the New York Giants defense, technically. 50-mile-per-hour winds. What the hell are we talking about? What happened? Tubby Chili says, Ray, have you gave away the Eagle picture? I will announce a winner draft day for the Eagle picture. If y'all haven't, go ahead and go to the community page. Give yourself a chance to win. Alec Ingold autographed floating canvas. This is something I just wanted to do real quick. I had it. It was in the house. You know what I mean? I know he parted ways, but once a Raider, always a Raider. And let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. If y'all haven't seen it, go and make sure in the community tab that you guys go drop down in the comments who you guys think we will draft. Now, on this giveaway, you do not have to predict the right player. You don't have to predict the right player. It's going to be randomly given away based on the comment section. So all you got to do is go down here and comment. There's only 14 comments. Are you kidding me? Nobody wants the chance to win this League of Bandits autographed photo of Alec Ingold. It's just a giveaway. It's free. All you got to do is go to the community page. It's only got 14 comments. That's crazy. All you got to do is go to the community page, comment your draft prediction for a giveaway. That's it. Chance to win. Be subscribed. Share this to any social media outlet. Comment your draft prediction. That's it. That's all you have to do to enter. That's it. Y'all go do that, and I will announce the winner. And I'll announce the winner on draft day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And after this one, I'm gonna do an even better giveaway. And it's the off season, man. It's the off season. Why not? It's the off season. Why not do a giveaway? Like, why not do a giveaway? There ain't not much going on. Might as well do a giveaway. People, you got people that do super chats. You got people that tune in, take their time to watch the show. Got to give back. Yeah, man. I mean, look. Name another content creator. Look, I ain't trying to shit on nobody, but name another content creator that wears his own merch. Thank you. Actually, it ain't merch. That has his own brand that he actually promotes and wears, right? Name another content creator, and then name another content creator that does giveaways. Okay. What is this? Like my 4th, 5th giveaway? Man, pull up, man. Let's get it, man. I love this shit, bro. I love this shit. Exo Sound Raid. Is that where you been, big dog? What's good with you, Exo Sounds? Glad you're able to pull up, brother. Glad you're able to pull up. Yeah, Kareem went back. Kareem went back to Denver 1 year, right? He came back for 1 year. Let's see. That's what it is. Martin, what's good with Austin? He says, Ray, I've been watching this wide receiver, Reggie Robertson Jr. from SMU. The guy looks like a steal in the 4th or 5th round. Can do it all. Burn, catch phase, take a short ball to the house. Raiders need this guy. Reggie Robertson. Shout out Austin for dropping down what he thinks is a little hidden gem in the 4th, 5th round. Reggie Robertson out of SMU. Let's see what you're talking about, brother. We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Reggie Robertson, SMU. Out of DeSoto, Texas. He's a senior, Southern Mississippi University, 6'1", 197 pounds, 32 and 5/8 arms, 9.5-inch hands, 5.83 average, 29-inch vertical, not bad, 114 broad jump. I'm going to have to check this guy out. Appreciate that, Austin. He might be in the gym. Definitely going to check that out. Diablo weighs way more than Abram. Tubby says, Ray, who do you think the next captains are going to be? Damn, that's how you know it's dry. We over talking about captains. Yo, I mean, of course you got Carr, Jacobs. I feel like Andre James or Court Miller. Andre James or Court Miller have to be a captain at this point. Like, bro, are we not going to have any captain at all in the offensive line? That'd be kind of weird to me. Court Miller needs to step it up. You know what I mean? I know people have certain personalities, but at some point you have to step up and be a leader. So Colt Miller needs to step up and be that leader. He got a contract extension. You're not on a rookie deal anymore. You are considered a veteran. Colt Miller needs to step up, be that leader. How does Devontae Adams not be a captain? Like, that's easy. Devontae Adams is a captain, so I guess it just depends on how many captains you have on the field. Because what is it? 3 on offense, 3 on defense, and then 2 on special teams or something like that. Steve says, damn, Ray, you sound like a pissed off. Yo, y'all a pissed off NCO? Yo, y'all didn't even. I used to a pissed off. I'll be honest, man. I really didn't, as an NCO, I really didn't get pissed off like that. When I was a sergeant, I really wouldn't get pissed off, like angry and scream and nothing like that. I would usually be calm and just be like, all right, bet, you about to get, you know what I mean? You about to get what's coming to you. I remember a soldier one time, he forgot his ID. It was like 2 a.m. And luckily me, I don't sleep, right? So one of my soldiers called me. So one of my soldiers in my squad calls me for the other soldier because the other soldier was worried I was gonna smoke him, like I was about to scream at him, right? So one of my soldiers called me like, hey, so-and-so forgot his ID and they need you to go down there and let him back in on base. And it's like 1 a.m, something like that, right? It's definitely after midnight. I know for sure. And I was up. I wasn't even tripping. I was wide awake. And I was like, all right, bet. Have him call me. And then so finally the dude calls me. And he's like, Sergeant, I need your help. They want you to come down here and prove who I am, blah, 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 and show your ID. So I go down there 1 a.m, you know what I mean? Go to the gate and I pull up. I show him my ID and I just flip a bitch and I leave. I don't even say nothing to the soldier. Or I'll just say like peace or something like that. And then he dips, you know what I mean? I see him later. He's like, man, I thought you were going to be mad and I thought you were going to smoke me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, bro, I ain't even tripping like that. So really as an NCO, I wasn't really like pissed off that much, man. I was an asshole, but I wasn't really like mean or pissed off like that. You know, if you came in with dirty boots, I'm going to smoke your ass. If you come in with a dirty uniform, I'm finna smoke your ass, boy. Don't come around me. If you're in my squad and you dirty, I'm busting you. I'm busting you, bro. You ain't finna be walking around having me look bad. That's crazy. And that's why I had to start this redemption brand. Because I can't be having y'all rock that other content creators gear, man. Y'all got to be fly. You feel me? So you already know what it is, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Look, we've been up here for an hour and some change. Just getting back into it, man. Just getting back into this live. But I appreciate everybody that pulled up. I definitely wanted to do a live just to get back in touch with everybody, kind of break down some things that's been going on. I know a lot of content creators out there. Shout out everybody that's been holding it down. I know I talk my shit a lot, but I just want to have fun. And I just want to be and I just, that creative competitiveness as well that I have inside of me that sometimes comes out. But I appreciate everybody that pulled up. We was over 200 deep. You know, I don't know how the market's been or the audience or Raiders talk has been lately, but I appreciate everybody that pulled up. I do want to end it on this, though. I do want to end it on this note. I did want to go over the dates one more time, and I don't have them up anymore. I don't think I have them. Oh, yeah, I do. I wanted to go over the Raiders offseason dates one more time for you guys, just in case anybody missed it. So just to go over real quick, the planned schedule. This is the planned schedule, right? This is the planned schedule for the Raiders offseason so far. first day, April 11th, which we know was yesterday, that we started some phase 1 of camp. Voluntary mini camp is April 25th to the 27th. That's voluntary mini camp. Organized team activity practices May 23rd to the 24th, 26th, June 1st to the 3rd, and then then the 13th to the 14th, and then mandatory mini camp starts June 7th. So mandatory mini camp starts June 7th, basically, is what we're looking at. We got a couple more months until Raiders football is really, really on the way. But I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Make sure y'all hit that like. Hold up. Ain't no way. This man said there's only 10 likes on the video. No way, bro. No way y'all disrespecting me like that. Let me check. There's no way y'all disrespecting me like that, yo. Oh, no, there's more than 10 likes. There's more than 10 likes. Oh, I was about to say, bro. Ain't no way there's only 10 likes on this damn thing, man. I've been up here over an hour for some change, and it ain't no damn. But shout out everybody that pulled up, man. Shout out everybody up. Yeah, exactly. I see 181 likes. LOL. Yeah, you gotta refresh your joint, bro. You gotta refresh your Nick, you gotta refresh your page and then look, bro. That man said 10 likes. I was like, bruh, ain't no damn way. I was about to throw my screen through the damn window. Talking about 10 likes. Yeah, you got to refresh that shit, man. You have me tripping, bro. I appreciate everybody in the nation, though. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to everybody. Willie Wayne in the building. Desert Raider in the building. Shout out to Desert Rain with the creepy photo. Mackie ENT, Autumn Wind pulled up on us. Dyson Spear. Man, well, what's good with you, man? You already know what it is. XO. Shout out XO. Crew Joe. You know, the members, the gang is in the building, man. Gang is in the building. White Tyson, the kid, you already know what it is. White Tyson always pulls up. He got stupid knowledge, man. He got crazy knowledge all the time. KB in the building. Shout out DC. You know what it is, man. EJ. What's good with you, man? LV Maximus. Shout out everybody that pulled up. Mike Morris and Caleb Morris. Shout out to Caleb, man. You already know what it is. Tell him I said what's good. Speedy recovery, Godspeed, man. Appreciate everybody being here, man. You already know what it is. Until next time, y'all.